There's no single agreed Proto-Igbo or Proto-Volta Niger reconstruction for the ethnonym Igbo. What scholars have instead are competing hypotheses based on phonology, geography, and early European spellings, Igbo, Igbo, Hibo. Below are the main plausible protoforms and roots, with what each implies. 1. Gigbo, forest bush interior root. Proposed protoform, E. Gibo or E. Kepo, Volta Niger root cluster. Evidence. In Igbo language, Igbo equals forest, bush, wild. Cognate patterns across nearby languages show similar GB-KP clusters tied to bush, uncultivated land, interior zones. Interpretation. Igbo equals people of the forest, interior. This is the most widely cited linguistic hypothesis and aligns with ecological zone, rainforest belt, non-coastal settlement pattern. Narsh 2, Bo, cluster, multitude, community. Proposed protoform, Gbo equals gather, cluster, crowd, evidence, Igbo verb root to bo to gather, join, semantic extension, clustered settlements, densely networked villages. Interpretation, Igbo equals the clustered people, confederated communities. This fits Igbo political structure, no single king historically, dense lineage-based settlement networks. 3. Early exonyms, phonetic back formation. Forms recorded by Europeans, Igbo, Igbo, Hibo. Mechanism, Portuguese-English transcription of local pronunciations, loss or simplification of GB consonant cluster. Reconstruction implication, original likely contained GB consonant cluster, which Europeans simplified, later standardized back into Igbo. Number 4, Volta-Niger proto-pattern comparison. Across related languages, Benue-Niger branch, common structural elements, prefix I, as, E, noun class marker, place thing abstraction, root with GBKP, terrain, mass, grouping. So structurally, protoform GBV, meaning cluster, land type, ecological zone, or collective grouping. 5. Why hinterland appears in some accounts. Not because of a direct proto-word meaning hinterland, but because forest interior, interpreted by outsiders as inland people, hinterland populations. So, linguistic root equals forest interior, historical interpretation equals hinterland. 6. What is not supported strongly. A direct protoform meaning river, contrast with Niger Delta terms, a single founder name origin, no strong evidence. A unified ancient political ethnonym, Igbo identity was likely emergent and regional. 7. Clean synthesis. Most defensible reconstruction, open quote, Jigbo, Proto-Volta-Niger, forest, bush, interior zone, extended to people of the interior forest region, close quote. Second layer meaning sociopolitical, open quote, clustered, networked communities, close quote. You're pointing at a real ecological pattern, intensive soil management in humid forest zones. But the specific claim that Igbo equals black soil irrigation farmers needs tightening. In the southeastern forest belt, farmers were less about canal irrigation, like Nile systems, and more about rain-fed cultivation plus soil engineering. Here's the precise breakdown. 1. Ecology of Igbo forest farming. What the land actually demands. Image in the region of the Igbo language, high rainfall, 1,500 to 2,500 millimeters per year, highly weathered soils, low natural fertility, dense forest cover. The constraint is not lack of water, it's nutrient depletion, leaching from heavy rains, soil structure breakdown. Number 2, core system. Rain-fed, not irrigation-led. Unlike river civilizations, Igbo agriculture was rain-fed plus soil managed, not canal irrigation systems. Key practices. A. Mounding and ridging. Yam mounds, J and ridges improve. Drainage, avoid waterlogging. Root expansion, also concentrate organic matter. B. Bush fallow system. Land is cleared, farmed, left to regenerate. Forest regrowth, nitrogen, biomass, microbial life. This is ecological cycling, not irrigation. C. Organic blackening of soil. This is where your idea has traction. Ash from burning vegetation, composting household waste, manure where available. Result, darker, richer topsoil in cultivated patches. But this is localized enrichment, not permanent black soil zones like Amazonian terra preta. D. Agroforestry, oil palm integration. Elais guinensis naturally integrated. Farms are not fully cleared, trees remain, creates shade regulation, nutrient cycling, long-term soil stability. 3. Where irrigation does appear, limited contexts, floodplain edges, Anambra Basin, Niger fringes, wetland rice in later periods, but these are exceptions, not the defining system. Number 4, black soil dwellers. How accurate is that framing? Partially valid, ecological logic. Soil is actively darkened via ash, organic buildup. Farmers are soil engineers, but not fully accurate. No enduring black earth civilization. Identity. No linguistic evidence that Igbo encodes black soil. Have 5, better conceptual model. Instead of, open quote, irrigation-based black soil dwellers, close quote, a more precise formulation is, open quote, rain-fed forest farmers practicing cyclical soil regeneration and localized soil enrichment, close quote. Number 6, structural contrast, your earlier riverine versus hinterland idea. This is where your framing becomes analytically powerful. Zone, system, logic, riverine, delta groups, water channel, trade networks, mobility, centralized authority, soil interior forest, Igbo, soil cycle agriculture, and the land-based lineage networks. So riverine equals control water, forest interior equals control soil fertility over time. Number 7, deep insight. This is the real takeaway. Igbo agricultural intelligence is not about irrigation. It's about managing entropy in fragile tropical soils, rebuilding nutrients after each cycle, preventing total depletion, embedding farming into forest ecology. That requires distributed settlement, lineage-based land tenure, long-term ecological memory. Bottom line, not an irrigation civilization, not literally black soil dwellers linguistically, a highly adaptive forest agriculture system centered on soil regeneration, organic enrichment, rain-fed cycles. If you want to push this further, I can compare this system to Amazonian terra preta societies, or map how Igbo land tenure, a la lineage control, evolved directly from this soil cycle agriculture logic. You're pointing